Dangote formally submits petition to ICPC over the alleged corruption by Ahmed Farouk.
We are here to submit a petition, a formal petition against, on behalf of our clients, Dangote Refineries and Petrochemicals, against Engineer Farouk Ahmed, the CEO of Downstream Midstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency, the Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency, over his excesses that we believe was he's benefiting unduly from the public office he holds against Section 19 of the ICPC Act. And in the circumstance, we have no choice than to formally present a petition against him. We have evidence. The petition has already been submitted and acknowledged by the ICPC. You can see it from here. Now, we attach evidence of monies that are being expended as school fees for his children in excess of $7 million annually. And we wonder, a civil servant in Nigeria, where he gets that kind of money to pay school fees alone.
You know, a regulator who has actually put his children in secondary school, and that secondary school education, which is 6 years, 4 of them cost Nigeria $5 million, taking money from the government. Because when you look at his income does not match paying this kind of fees. I mean, you cannot imagine somebody paying $5 million for educating 5 children. Even my own children, they didn't go to those schools. My children went to Nigerian secondary school.
Viewers and subscribers, this is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. Nigerians, you've been seeing what Dangote have brought forward to the public knowledge, which is not a new thing.
I've had actually people making complaint about you know, a regulator who has actually put his children in secondary school, and that secondary school education, which is 6 years, 4 of them cost Nigeria $5 million. I mean, you cannot imagine somebody paying $5 million for educating 5 children. Even my own children, they didn't go to those schools. My children went to Nigerian secondary school. They didn't go outside Nigeria to attend to secondary school. I don't know about your children, Tony, but mine, yes. So, you know, and this is a system that, you know, some of us, because you know what, we're taxpayers. When people are complaining, we also complain, you know, because the issue is that, yes, when I pay tax, I want to see that my money is being put to use, not to be stolen. You know, but today, as we speak, the S, you know, I don't know what is the, you know, that is the authority chief executive, you know, Malam Farouk. Malam Farouk has 4 of his children that he educated in Switzerland at the cost of $5 million for their secondary school education alone, not university. And I know that one of them just finished Harvard. So I want to now see what kind of system are we operating, that, you know, people are now busy destroying a country, taking money from the government. Because when you look at his income does not match paying this kind of fees. I think even if it's me paying $5 million for 6 years for my 4 children, the taxman has to look at my taxes, how much I paid. And really, this sort of thing, we're not going to allow it to continue. We'll take it up to the highest authority so that they will look at it. You know, people who have done something wrong must be prosecuted. It must be prosecuted, you know, because there is actually no way where somebody will now come. I mean, today, from where he comes from, Sokoto, People are struggling to pay 100,000 naira for school fees of secondary school. And a lot of children are at home, not going to school because of 100,000 naira. Tony, can you pay this fee?
Why Tony?
No, I'm asking now whether can you?
I can't.
Okay, so if you cannot afford, I cannot understand why somebody who has worked all his life in government and he has 4 children that he has paid $5 million. I've seen that people have taken this post and nobody is listening to them. So we will actually join them to make sure that this is done properly. The man must come and explain to Nigerians how he paid $5 million for 6 years of his 4 children's education. And I don't think if any one of you has actually paid that kind of fees for your own, children. So we can't allow this to continue, because we must make sure that people don't come and destroy a country just because they want to make a living that is not genuine, or that is not, legal. Because, I mean, for somebody to have this sort of money, he must be supported by people. He should come out and tell people how did he make $5 million to educate his children in Switzerland with a cost of $5 million. And when these questions are answered before we go to the to the court, he should come out and reply. This is what we have seen, and I think we must make sure that this system, this what do you call it, this downstream, must not be destroyed by one single person because of personal interest.
That the boss, the pioneer chief executive of the Nigerian midstream, downstream petroleum regulatory authority, Mr. Ahmed Farouk. This one too loud though. But it is not the news because it is not new. This is what we've already known, but I'm bringing it to the Nigerian people's knowledge so that they will see if it had gotten to a person like Dangote to now become a protester, an agitator, or an activist, spewing out the rot in the Nigerian system. This is just one. It's like a dot. It is just like a dot in millions of dots within Nigerian system. The corrupt cankerworm and virus that is eating deep. And you know what? You Nigerians are always the victim. Now, talking about Ahmed Farouk taking his children abroad for secondary school and spending this humongous amount of money. If for the kind of money, you see the kind of money these people are spending abroad for their children, yet they come from the region in Nigeria where poverty have domiciled its headquarters. These are children of you Nigerian poor masses that will always fight, defend, and even die for political class and elite class. We are not talking about those who are in elected positions. So we are no longer talking about different people in different ministries. So we are not talking about where will you start from and the amount of money that is being stolen on daily basis. And you see these guys live a lavish luxury lives that do not commiserate with their salaries and income. It is not in Nigeria that we had that a CAC registrar bought duplexes worth millions or billions of naira. What is his salary? EFCC eyes they reach there, only harassing the poor masses who are victim of Nigerian corrupt system and have taken to the extreme measure of internet fraudsters to survive. Since Nigeria have deprived them all the opportunities, they are the ones that EFCC will go after. I'm not justifying their activities. No, far from it, because criminal is always a criminal. Crime is always a crime. There is no justification for that. But what is fueling it? It is the activities of the big, real fraudsters in Nigeria who are in power. They are the real fraudsters. They are the real criminals EFCC should go after. But you know what? EFCC is not after real criminals. They are after the opposition criminals. Let me just use that word. Or suspected criminals. You see? So, Nigerians, if revolution no happen before 2027, it go red for everybody. It go red for everybody. Especially from the north. Dangote now becoming an agitator. And the one thing where they vex me pass, now to see my own respected brother, I don't know why they will always push an Igbo man when it comes to things like this to the front.
So the emergency meeting of the Downstream Petroleum Committee of the House of Representatives just ended. And let me also appreciate, first of all, the committee appreciates the Speaker of the House for the support as always given to this committee. And also to appreciate members who, within a short notice, were able to turn out, and my deputy also. The key issue here that necessitated the emergency meeting was the growing tension that has returned back in the downstream sector as a result of the concerns raised by Alhaji Aliko Dangote of the Dangote Refinery and the NNDPRA.
To handle the situation, swift action, boom. I never knew that Nigeria can act like this. I mean the legislators. Because Dangote have stirred the beehive. He has ignited a volcano, which Nigerian people have always known, but you know, they are hearing it from people like me. Who am I? Do I have a name? But now it is coming from Dangote. And now they are swiftly entering into action to call to order, to ask for ceasefire. Which ceasefire? Do you think that Nigerians do not know all these things before now? Oh, because every one of the political class, they are all benefiting, especially from, you know, when you come to the Senate or the federal, have all this committee, that. Money for hand, back for ground and procedures, standard procedures in Nigeria at all levels. So that is why people are swiftly going into it like Nigerians are dumb. My own problem is bringing it to the Nigerian people, the poor of the poor, the northern people especially, to see their elite class. Tomorrow they will ask you to do this, you do. Zombies, mumus. Not only the north, even the south, even the southeast. Go, my own people. The next video I will address that. What happened in Benue State. I'm just bringing it to you not because you've not seen the video. I'm not here to show you video that you've always seen everywhere, but to dot the I's and cross the T's for you, so that you see beyond your nose that ultimately now you be the victim of Nigeria and will always be. If it can happen to Dangote and he's speaking out, more than 100 millions of Nigerians are dying every day because of corruption. Lives of the youths are being deprived. The opportunity are being deprived because of the activities of people like Farouk. There are thousands of Farouk in Nigeria, not only him, but he is just a case study for now. Now imagine if he can steal this amount, how much is being stolen on a daily basis? If the amount of money being stolen and diverted by public service officials, government officials in Nigeria, by every means possible, if 10% of them is put into use in Nigeria, Nigeria will be far better than Dubai. I'm telling you this. Because if you look at all the countries that even has oil as we do, and how their economy is performing, you wonder and ask if our own crude oil is palm kernel oil. Even if it is even palm kernel oil, our situation should not be like this in Nigeria. The worst thing that will happen to Nigeria is to allow this impunity to continue beyond 2027 or even 2026. You only have a year to save yourselves from this impunity you call a government in Nigeria. Keep waiting for somebody that is going to come from America to save you. You are joking. Please deal with the message and leave the messenger out of it. I am an advocate for good governance. My name is Asu Chinedu Peters, the crusader and the convener of GGM. Look out for it, Nigerians. Save yourselves from this impunity. Please share this video. I'm signing out. Bye-bye for now. GGM, uniting the people for good governance.